talking to each other so you can hear.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, David. Interestingly enough, we have 3 candidates for this job, but only 2 headsets. So what we'll do is we'll switch off at some appropriate time during the game. Hello to all you listeners. It's Dave and Bob going to broadcast for you the final of the 2018 Glengarry Challenge here at the beautiful Utica Curling Club on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Hope you all enjoyed the snow yesterday. It was a little joke played by Mother Nature. So let's give you the team lineups. Sheet 2, we're going to have Brenda Citroniti as a skip, Bernie DeMeo, Melon Safinsky, and Aaron Patterson, and they're going to be opposed by Jacqueline Smith at skip, Mary Gajewski, Jen Turner, and Eileen Gilroy. Sheet 3, which is the main event, if you will, the A final. We have skip Erlene Pulio, Liz Cato, Donna Caleo, Jan Rischel, and opposed by Joyce Schaefer, Susan Williams, Dee Foll, and Sue Hansen. Now, when you're watching this, you'll see that Susan Williams throws 4th rocks, and I believe Joyce Schaefer throws 3rd rocks. Bob, why don't you give us sheet 4 and 5?
Sheet 4, we have skip Karen Barnes, Tammy Dunnigan playing vice, Sarah Keene, and Heather Dockstader playing lead. Opposed by Carol Jones, skip, Marge Moore playing 3rd, Liz DiGeronimo playing 2nd, and Barb Felice playing lead. Sheet 5, we have as skip Melissa Foote, vice we have Audrey Foote. You may note that they are related. Kim Acosta playing 2nd, and Vicky Sheardown playing lead. They're going against Bryn Davis, skip, Cindy Brown 3rd, Carrie Kassab 2nd, and Kathy Pelizzoli playing lead.
Thanks, Bob. We're underway already. Sheet 4 has thrown their first rock. Here we go. Looks like Erlene has the hammer in the first end. Joyce Schaefer's team throwing the first rocks. Joyce's team throwing blue. Erlene's team throwing the yellow rocks, which we also call on sheet 3 the red rocks. I guess you call them light red.
Well, we're sometimes colorblind here.
Oh, we are absolutely colorblind here. We're going to try to give you, you'll see the main event in its entirety, and we will give you updates on what's going on the other sheets. As you can see, I believe it was Sue Hansen put the first rock top 8. Erlene is calling for Jan Rischel. Remove that rock.
The ice this morning was playing very quickly, so it'll be interesting to see how it holds up this afternoon.
I'm sure it's going to be perfect, Bob.
Absolutely.
You know, half the teams out there are going to love the ice.
And the other half are going to have stories to tell all the way home.
It's just the way it is. So if you can please 50% of the people 100% of the time, I think you're a success. Okay, Jan Rischel's takeout slid harmlessly by. Frequently happens in the first end. You're trying to read the ice. Sue Hansen is throwing another stone. Now Sue is Joyce Schaefer's lead. This stone should get into position to partially or fully cover the stone in the top 8. Well thrown, beautifully swept. Positioning is almost perfect. Getting to exactly perfect.
Wonderful shot.
Joined here in the booth by Gary Williams, the expert sound guy for the Utica Curling Club. Okay, so presently both of Sue Hansen's stones are in beautiful position, one guarding, one top 8. The call now is for Jan Rischel to come around and either try to chip out or just nestle up to shot rock in the 8 foot.
Curling in there nicely.
Jan is a solid curler. I've watched her progress.
Could be a touch heavy. Ooh, just through.
Just through. So Joyce continues to control the center of the sheet, which when you don't have last shot, Bob, what do you think? Where would you want to be?
Right now, to be honest, I would love to be home on my sofa. I've been shoveling snow for 2.5 days.
Okay, I should have phrased that question differently. If you were the skip without the hammer,
I would think top of the house.
Sure.
Over on the sides.
Her D. Full has delivered her first shot as Joyce Schaefer's second. Dee's stone is curling in nicely, maintains the guard and sits just touching the 12-foot per second shot.
Those guards up front could be a little trouble.
Erlene's asking Donna Kaleo for a second to clean up that mess in the front a little bit.
It's good weight, coming in nicely.
Excellent weight. She is definitely peeling off the front guard, which is a good shot. The guard is the biggest pain you have when you're
going to open that up nicely.
There you go.
Roll to the side. They're both exposed.
As I said, folks, you want to remember the first end that the skips are trying to learn the ice, so they're calling what they think is sufficient ice, and the shooter is also trying to figure out what weight to throw. So the first end can be just so much fun. However, as we noticed earlier, from this position, you can't miss from up here.
Nobody has ever missed from up here.
Nobody's missed from this vantage point.
The records are perfect.
This is a shout out also to our Utica team playing down in Potomac and the men's 5-year and under, known as the Francis Dykes Memorial. They're in their third game of the event this afternoon, starting at 1:45. Here's hoping they do well and have the best game they can play.
Default replaced that guard perfectly.
And
Donna down here indicating she is in favor of losing that guard.
Not a bad call. Kind of early to call a run back. If you call a run back is when you hit the front guard on the nose and try to take out shot rock. The problem with the run back, folks, is when you make it perfectly, you leave a guard. So it's kind of a productive, counterproductive combination.
Yeah, really all you do is change colors.
And looks like she is going to get a good peel on that center line guard. Still leaving Erlene's team sitting 1 and 2. And Donna has also provided a guard now for second shot. So probably not Erlene's team, Joyce's team. As I said, Joyce Schaefer, who is the skip, will be throwing third rocks today, followed by Sue Williams throwing skips rocks. I'm a Sue Williams fan. Sue has played third for me in a number of events. Terrific shooter, terrific curler. So, you know, having made that switch back and forth, I'm sure Joyce is choosing what she feels is the best lineup, considering the team. So,
when Sue's game is on, she's hard to beat.
Amen. I like having her on my side. So Joyce is throwing a guard. Now you may notice that Joyce delivers a stone rather than with her hand. She uses a push stick. Very acceptable in almost every club event. A great way to stay proficient in the game, even if you get to a point where your knees have kind of had enough. As you can see the way Joyce's stone is going, she's in pretty good shape here. I would guess she's going to mostly cover shot rock with a beautiful guard, which she did. Okay.
So once again, that guard is back there.
And Erlene is looking for a lightweight either bump or come around and touch the button. She indicated tapping the blue shot rock would be her first choice. Okay, Liz Cato's first stone. Anybody that's curled in Utica for very long knows Liz. One of our better teenage curlers, and her skills have gotten sharper. She's always a force to be reckoned with when we're on the ice.
They're still working on figuring that ice out. They're starting to get a lot of curl here.
Yeah.
That can be tricky in the first end.
And it's a lot of fun later on, though, isn't it? I should probably admit at this time that the two of us are both on the ice crew.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
So we're pretty happy with the ice. Ice is, as you know, flat with some bumps. Surface temperature runs around 22, maybe 20, 21, 22 degrees. Maintain the pebble pretty good, which maintains the ability of the stone to curl and travel farther. Okay, Joyce is now with that staggered guard up front. Now Joyce is considering a stone in the house. She's giving it a little more momentum. And I hope you can see that it is curling. As Bob said, we're going to see some curl pretty quick here, and here it comes.
That's excellent weight. The ice does tend to be a little slower on the outside the first couple ends until it gets some rocks thrown down it, but that was played beautifully. It's in a great spot.
Okay, so Bob, what would you do now? You're yellow. You got that pile of blue stones.
There's still a pile of blue up there, which kind of upsets me a little bit if I were yellow. From where I sit, it looks like you still could come down into the pot, into the 4-foot.
Yeah,
which I think is what they're doing here.
Liz is trying that now. She's increased the weight thrown, and if the line is right, she has a chance of touching the 4. Boy, that stone is curling, though, Bob.
That's moving a ton. That's moving a ton.
And what she did do is raise another blue in, but her stone rolled over, so I would think Joyce would want to replace that guard. And
that would be a very typical shot for Joyce. She tends to get a stone or two into the house and then guard the heck out of it, which is a good strategy. The other team can't get to it.
Going to make this the position of these stones right now, folks, is going to make scoring by yellow a remote chance. I'll have to make a really good shot. So here comes Sue. Sue Williams come down the ice now. And she's going to throw the easiest shot in curling. Am I right, Bob? The guard.
The perfect guard is the easiest shot in curling.
Ask anyone who doesn't have to throw one. We all know a guard is the trickiest shot because it could curl 8 feet right out of your hand, or it can run straight as a string.
I think the next hardest shot is when the skip says, throw the same shot.
Amen.
I've never seen that same shot twice in a row.
Sue's stone underway. Weight's pretty good. It's going to curl. And
starting to move a lot here.
It's diving into the house. Absolutely diving. And what they have now.
Oh, nice shot. Should sit a little bit behind the tee line there.
Okay.
Actually back of the 8.
Well, man, that changes, as we say, that changes everything. Yellow has an opportunity now that they didn't have a minute ago. If they can follow Sue's line, they can come down to that rock and be sitting shot rock. It's funny how this game takes these amazing turns on one stone.
That blue in the back will serve as a bit of a backer for yellow to come down.
Yeah. They just have to decide which side they'd rather throw on. And it looks like they'd be throwing the out-turn side, which would be, for Erlene, would be the counterclockwise turn. Kind of tough to describe on a digital watch, but for people like me that still have an alarm clock.
This shot here can be a little tricky. They haven't really played down this side much.
Or at all.
Yeah, I think they've thrown 1 or 2 down here. So it's at this point, it's a bit of a guessing game what the ice is going to do.
Erlene is looking to get to the blue ring, get inside either stone. Now, and it's a makeable shot. There's no question about that. She has the room to do it. But as Bob said, it's a tricky side of the ice, tricky time in the game. Hard to know the weight, hard to know the line. And sometimes you almost think you have to throw takeout weight to get it there.
Once they clear these front guards, though, this stone should start to move quickly. No, they're on the guard right now.
Yeah. Didn't hurt the shot, but definitely blue is still sitting. Blue has 4 stones in the house. Yellow is still trying to get 1 in. So Joyce has to decide which side of the house she would rather block up. Having seen Erlene throw on the out-turn side, she's going to try to plug that hole, force Erlene to throw a draw now on the in-turn side. Makeable, as Sue just made one. Here's Sue Williams throwing her last rock, hoping to just plug that hole and make Erlene's job that much harder.
Weight looks nice.
You're sweeping it because you kind of get deep snow out there, and it's curling nice.
Sue may actually be in the house there.
Should
Nope.
Kick out a little bit, just try to take the line away. Nice throw. Nice throw. Okay.
They always say sometimes it's better to just feed the stone to your sweepers and let them carry it. If you throw it too heavy, there's nothing your front end can do to slow the stone down.
And sometimes your front end says, can't you call more ice and throw it a little harder? Depends on the time of the game. Okay, unfortunately, with my limited technical skill here, I have no way of having people who are listening either sending in a text or an email or any type of communication that we can either read or respond to. So we're just going to do our best to let you know what's going on all the sheets as the ends progress, and try to keep you updated and with Skip's names and scores.
Sheet 2 there, Jacqueline Schmidt just slid through the house past that red. Looks like red may have taken 1.
Okay, sheet 5. Melissa, let's see, sheet 5, I believe Bryn Davis's team scored 1. Okay, sheet 3, Erlene's attempting that draw. Hopefully is going to curl by this yellow guard and make it to the 4-foot. It looks really good right now.
They played that line really nicely.
Looks really good.
Very nicely. Well done. Ooh, it just wicked on the blue.
Oh, Erlene really saved the bacon on this end. She may
Certainly
have
did
cut them down to 1. They cut them down to 1, but it's pretty obvious that blue scored at least 1. So Joyce Schaefer will be again throwing first rock. And the score, as soon as they post it, looks like Joyce Schaefer has scored 2. The first end in our A event scored 2-0 in favor of Joyce Schaefer. Sheet 2, first end, the Brenda Citroniti rink scored 1. So it's 1-0 over Jacqueline Schmidt. Sheet 5, we show Bryn Davis 1, Melissa Foote 0. Okay, first rock underway. Sue Hansen again delivering lead stone for Joyce Schaefer's team. Joyce likes the path, wants to make sure it gets here. And
boy, they're working it hard to get it there.
oh, it's a dandy guard. Dandy guard. She
Great shot.
about 24 inches outside the house and right bisecting the center line, bisecting the stone. It's a beautiful guard. Having played a lot of lead in my life, I appreciate a good guard job. Okay, Erlene, as you can see, is now trying to put up the classic corner guard. And as y'all know with this strategy, center guard, corner guard, that the team without the hammer, again, is trying to control the center of the sheet while the team with the hammer, in this case Erlene Pulio, is going to try to take advantage of that corner guard, hit something, and then bounce over there and put a counter in the house. Okay, Sue Hansen's second stone. Again, guard weight. Joyce is calling for sweeping. Going to double that. If they get it across, it'll kind of stagger the guards. It's a little light. As we said, when you're throwing on the outer edge of the sheet, first couple ends, it could be a little difficult figuring out the weight.
It's good exercise sweeping.
Oh, I think so too. I think so too.
Seconded only by shoveling snow.
Well, to congratulate the United States men's curling team and their Olympic gold medal is, you know, it's something that a million people have done by now, I know. But I'd like to mention the fact that you see how hard those guys worked and how difficult the game is to play at that level. And their sweepers are perfect and everything's perfect. You really have to take hats off to them. They played in the most difficult circumstance and played well. Okay, Dee Foll throwing the first of her 2 rocks for Joyce Schaefer. Joyce has asked Dee to try to nip that shot rock out with what we'd like to say would be hack weight. But a good alternative is to chip the guard out of the way. Joyce has got him sweeping hard.
Gonna slide right by.
Wow. It was a beautifully thrown stone, beautiful weight, and it just didn't curl when it should have.
With the speed of the ice, those are not going to want to stop in the back of the house. Quick score update here. Sheet 5, Bryn Davis has gone up 1-0 over Melissa Foote. Sheet 2, we have Brenda Citroniti 1-0 against Jacqueline Smith. Sheet 3, we're watching. And sheet 4, we've got Karen Barnes 2-0 against Carol Jones. End of the first game.
Okay, now Erlene's call here is has called now for Donna Kaleo, her second, to get one around behind the blue guard, sit 1 and 2. Looks like she may be nipping that blue guard or just kind of pushing it over harmlessly.
Looked like a good line coming down. Sometimes what you need to do is sweep that a little early, set that line, and then just go up and down, all the way down. Try and move it in increments.
Well. It works well when you make it. You're a happy person.
And when you don't make it, it seemed like a lot of effort.
Yeah, you blame the ice. Okay. Now Dee Foll is now trying to raise Joyce's blue guard into top 4.
Oh, this is coming in nicely. They're controlling it. Should slide right behind
Joyce,
that yellow.
Joyce, the cagey vet that she is.
Nice shot.
Calls it perfectly. She's probably called a million of those shots.
Back of the 8-foot, just nosing into the 12-foot there.
Okay.
Not a bad spot.
No. Rocks in the house. Okay, Donna Kaleo is now going to attempt a draw in. Erlene is giving her, 6 feet of ice. And with the right weight, this should be a great shot. Weight's looking pretty good. The line is looking terrific.
As the crowd waits breathlessly to see what's going to happen here, it is sneaking by. If they can just get it a little deeper, that would be beautiful. Oh, great sweeping.
Good
job.
Great job. Yes, sir.
Well done.
Donna Kaleo turns the tables around on Joyce a little bit now, and Erlene's team is sitting 1.
One of the secrets with shots like that is good communication between the front end and the person in the house. talking back and forth, letting them know where the stone's going to be weight-wise. Also leads to some interesting discussions.
And adjectives. Okay, looks like Donna is going to try to throw. Joyce is debating to throw a double, or Joyce is going to raise the blue in. I believe the call she is making is to raise her blue stone, most likely raise it to the 4.
People are often surprised with a stick delivery. For some reason, they have this perception that it's not as accurate or as productive. But you watch a takeout with a stick delivery, it's real interesting.
It's brutal.
It is. Sometimes it's like a howitzer being
Yes.
unleashed.
Yes, it is. Okay, Joyce is now delivering her stone, looking for a raise. A little narrow. Sue Williams calling line on it. It's looking good. It's looking really good. And if it hits right,
really nice weight.
If it hits right, it's just going to be devastating. And it hit right. Beautifully done.
Well guarded, tucked in there.
That's a nice stone. Probably time for Earlene to try to open that front up again, Bob. I know it's exasperating when you have the hammer and there's so much stuff in the way you don't know what to do.
As they say, you can't score if you can't get in there.
Yeah. Okay, Liz Cato in the hack to throw her first rock, and Earlene has asked Liz to draw around everything. And it certainly is there.
That house is still open. That's certainly a good call.
Liz's stone is looking really good. I think now they're concerned about the weight.
Might be back of the house. It looks like it could be back 12.
It's going to nestle in probably okay. Touch half 12, half 8, as you said, Bob.
It's in the house.
I'm kind of questioning now if the best call would be what? Guard this line or try to raise another one in?
Joyce typically likes to play the guard, but she may play a little aggressive here, try and get another one in there, or just close that outside port.
Looks like you're right. From the looks of it, I think you're right. So, from the looks of the ice Joyce is taking, Sue Williams throwing, the idea would be to take away the draw pad.
Over on sheet 2 here, Brenda Citronitti's trying to play a slight bump up there. She's sitting shot. That was a nice guard. Trying to cover things up a little bit.
Okay, Karen Barnes scored 2 in the first end, and she presently is sitting shot, and they just swept second shot in there.
It's actually third shot.
Third shot. She has one in the back.
Yep.
Putting some pressure on Carol Jones's team of vets, those KG vets out there.
This is a young team that Karen has. I think at least 2 of these people are on Karen's 5-year and under team.
That's correct.
And they've been playing a lot together. They've been working hard, training hard together. A lot of practice, and it's showing. They're doing well.
Okay, here comes Joyce Schaefer's guard. And what they're hoping to do is take away the draw line for Earlene's team.
That's nice weight. Could come over and just kiss off that yellow. That's nice.
What a sweet shot. What a beautiful shot.
It's a good job. are some possibilities with that yellow on the top of the 8-foot there.
Yeah.
It's
Berlin kind of likes, she's telling Liz Cato she wants to hit the front yellow straight back and try to raise that yellow that's presently just touching the 8-foot into the 4.
It would certainly tuck it behind some cover there. Hard to get to.
Perfect line, perfect weight, perfect shot.
Absolutely.
Sometimes.
Stone is on its way. Weight looks good.
Yep. Now they have to get the sweeping call right.
It's got to move over a little bit. It's maybe a touch too much weight to move. It's going to move late, but oh, that almost looked physically impossible.
I don't know how it could have done that. She managed to go through 2 ports that weren't lined up. So Joyce's team still sitting, I think, a solid 1, and probably going to try to guard that so they can't do it again.
Yeah, the blue in the back of the house here looks like it's going to be out counted by the yellow at the top of the 8-foot. It's tough to tell from this position sometimes. Joyce has her trusty stopwatch out there, recording all the data.
I hope she does something with it.
I trust she does.
I meant the data, not the stopwatch.
Joyce is known for literally timing every single shot during the game, opponents as well as hers, and it's interesting.
It is.
Those of us who don't time anything sometimes end up just scratching our heads.
And she can probably tell you why something happened after it happened.
Absolutely. Joyce calling for the sweep. Calling for the sweep. Hold it on line. Get it over. Oh, they're working it hard. Working it hard. The effort pays off.
Oh, yeah. She guarded that raise pretty well.
That's about as good as you could guard it.
Okay.
Does leave a little bit of a possibility maybe for a wick on the outside.
Leave a teaser showing.
Pulio looking at the possibilities here, lining up some angles. It's always interesting when you have to hit more than one stone.
Not that easy to do.
No.
Okay, now we'll have you an update on sheet 5. I think Melissa Foote's team may have scored a couple points.
That's tough to see from our vantage point. We'll wait for the score to get hung there.
And, somebody's going to post it. Here we go. Audrey Foote steps up and
waiting for the drum roll. It
looks
like
3.
3.
So the score now is sheet 5, Foote team 3, Bryn Davis team 1.
It's still early. That's still a close score.
Very close.
Like they say, it's not over till it's over.
Okay, Kathy Palazzoli throwing her first stone on sheet 5. And it looks like she's throwing a draw into the house.
A lot of laughter here over on sheet 2, so obviously they're having a good game and or a good time.
Something good.
A few stones out front. They've got 2 stones of each color in play in the house.
Jacqueline Schmidt throwing a. Jacqueline Schmidt is another person who uses the curling stick delivery. And
also very effective with it.
Very effectively.
Oh! Just wicked off the top red to roll to the side of the house.
Okay, Erlene's team is trying to make. Okay.
They moved the stones real quick there on sheet 2, but it looked like red took 1. So it looks like Brenda's team, Brenda Citronitti's team, took another single. Frequently when the stones are that close, the vices will be a little more deliberate when they clear the stones out of the house, just to eliminate any sort of confusion. But that was quick.
Yeah, I think you're correct. I think it was a
Yep.
1 point.
Red's thrown first there.
Now Brenda has her second point.
Well, Joyce is positioning herself in a garden full of stones here. That can get a little tricky.
Don't make any sudden moves, Joyce.
Exactly. Not many places to put your feet down when you move.
Other than on the top of the stone.
And I
Okay,
think
Sue Williams throwing guard weight. Joyce is trying to take away the path that Erlene just threw, which allows her to raise a stone into a position where she can make a raise with her second shot. That noise you hear in your speaker is Joyce calling for heavy sweeping.
Joyce is one of our more animated skips. You typically know when she's out there. Certainly a lot of fun to curl with or against. There's never any question what she's calling. Always a lot of fun.
Okay, A event second end is come to a close. Erlene will be throwing the last rock. And she's trying to just tap a yellow stone that's presently barely in the 8 foot, move it about 6 inches, and erase any question as to who will be shot at.
If Erlene could find a way to get to the left side of this yellow, it might be possible for her to split for 2. Split 2 stones in there, but that's going to require some pretty tricky sweeping.
Good thought. Well, the weight's good, the line's good. Does have to curl a bit, but they've been curling beautifully. Boy, it's curling a ton.
Wow, it's coming up a ton.
Okay, looks like Joyce Schaefer's team will have stolen another point.
It's like 1 blue.
1 blue.
So Joyce Schaefer goes up.
Okay, well,
3-0.
As soon as they post sheet 2, we'll give you a rundown on what's going on. Right now. Okay, I guess we can start with sheet 5 and tell you what's going on there. Melissa Foote's team now has 3. So the score is 3-1. They just finished the second end. They're throwing the rocks in the third end. On sheet 4, Carol Jones has tied the game. It's Carol Jones's team 2 and Karen Barnes's team 2. As you heard earlier, Joyce Schaefer's team scored 1. So on sheet 3, it is at the end of 2. It's 3-0 in favor of Joyce Schaefer's team. And on sheet 2, I believe when the score is hung, it will read Brenda Citronitti's team has 2 and Jacqueline Schmidt's team has nothing at the end of the second end.
Sue Hansen delivering her first stone here for Joyce Schaefer's team.
Right to the 4 foot.
Looks like that's right to the tee line, slightly behind. Not a bad spot to be. That'll give Erlene something to think about here. Looks like Erlene is choosing to take that stone out of play.
I think Earlene's had enough of guards for these first couple lanes. She might change strategy up a little bit. I don't blame her. Trying to play a wide open end and see if she can't create a 2. Jan Rischel, as usual, makes a great takeout. Rolls to the corner of the 4. Looks like Joyce Schaefer is planning on a guard, so she's going to put one up in front of the house.
Sue's second shot coming down the ice here. Good line. Front end is looking like it might be a little heavy. Giving hand signals to the house there.
Okay.
Joyce calling for the sweep. That stone ends up in a nice spot just off the center line, top of the 12-foot.
Just touch it, we call that a biter. It's just in the house enough so that you have to deal with it.
Earlene a little aggressive here, deciding to come behind that blue guard that was just thrown.
A great call.
Definitely a great call. 2 in the house.
With a guard, that's a great call. Okay, as you can see, Jan Rischel's second stone. Line is good. If it checks up now, this is going to be a great shot.
Well, it looks like it might be a touch heavy. That's just starting to come over there.
Joyce is going to do what Joyce does so well, move it as far back as she can. All's good. Okay, right now, yellow sitting 1 and 2. Yellow has the hammer. Joyce Schaefer's team has a biter in the front. Joyce's hand on hip, scratching her head. She'll come to a decision momentarily. You know, as a skip, what you're always thinking about is, what did I do last time?
Exactly.
And looks of it, I believe she is asking Dee Fold to take out shot rock on the back corner of the 4-foot.
That's certainly the weight that Dee has thrown.
Dee's thrown a beautiful shot.
Coming over nice.
And
it may hit and roll. Ooh, it checked up a little bit at the end there.
it did.
But that works just fine.
Dee makes across the house double. Sitting covered behind guard now. Blue sitting 1 and 2.
We don't see that every day in Utica.
No.
That was well done.
That was beautiful. But it gives you an indication how that team got to the A final.
Absolutely.
Sometimes shots like that are just.
Sometimes we may refer to a shot as Plan B or Plan C, but as long as that gets you to the A finals, it works.
My goodness, that was a great shot. Donna Cleo now trying to make a draw to the back blue and take advantage. You know, again, as athletic as this game is, it's also like chess. You know what I mean? You want to take advantage. You want the other team chasing you. And just like chess, the team
this
was
is coming over
shot.
Nicely. Nice shot.
Have an advantage. Okay.
Nice shot.
Donna Cleo has made a nice draw to the back 8.
Great shot.
Yellow is now sitting as the scoring rocker. We call it shot rock. And Dee Fold is being asked to come right down to the nose of that stone. Kind of like return the favor, as it were.
Exactly. Stones in the back of the house can be a little aggravating for a skip.
Yeah, you trip over the darn things for a while.
You can choose to ignore them, and they may come back and bite you.
Oh, that's the old Marv Albert stone, right?
Or you can choose to go after them early and waste shots on stones that really don't matter a whole lot.
Okay, now Dee's stone is coming down beautifully. They may get this stone into a great spot.
Where they're working it hard.
And, oh, it's in a good spot. No question about that. Very tricky takeout. Not saying Donna can't do it, but a very tricky spot for a takeout.
It requires precision shot, precision weight, precision line. You want to squirt it by back there without hitting any of those. coming over. Looks like it got by there. Nice shot. Nice shot.
Rubbed the guard and redirected the stone beautifully.
Nice takeout. Yellow sits 2.
Okay.
Back yellow's behind cover there.
Just like chess, the advantage goes back and forth with one move.
Absolutely. And eventually you run out of chess pieces.
Yes, you can.
Marge Moore on sheet 4 there is throwing a nice draw to the blue on the back of the forefoot. Should curl in there nicely.
If it has the momentum, it's going to be a great shot. It has it.
Looks like she may have come up a touch short there.
It hasn't. Okay. Okay, where are we here now? Looks like Joyce Schaefer is calling nose. She wants a nose hit on that front yellow. Stone is away.
Just starting to cross over. Ooh, it's going to be against the yellow in the back to jam and bump that back blue further.
Yellow still sitting 1 and 2. The blue guard in the top 12. Yellow has the hammer, so it's a good chance. It's going to go yellow's way in the next shot. Okay, Erling is asking Liz to draw one in, getting behind that yellow, behind that blue guard. The stone is away. Looks like it's got the weight, looks good.
Nice line down the outside of the sheet. Starting to move. Starting to move quickly.
Curling nicely.
Looks like they've got that right around there. Tucked in behind. Good sweeping. Nice shot. Well protected.
Interesting sidelight here, folks. I have a fellow sitting next to me who has a wife on one team and a daughter on the other. So when you ask him what is he hoping for, he says a good game.
Which is a good answer.
It is a good answer. Politically correct. But he better remember who's cooking his dinner tonight. Oh, wait a minute. He is. Never mind. Okay, Joyce Schaefer's team now is going to attempt to raise a blue stone into shot rock and turn that whole end around.
Joyce deep in thought as she walks back to the hack here. Gets her stone ready. And it's on its way. Joyce yelling at the stone. Curlers have a tendency to yell at these inanimate pieces of granite, thinking that we can actually change what they do. Sometimes we can.
Yeah, but a lot of times the granite wins.
The granite, yeah.
And even when the granite doesn't win, you've got to wonder about the foolishness of yelling at a 42-pound piece of granite.
I always say the stones have no conscience. They just don't care sometimes.
No, they don't.
Sheet 5 here, Bryn Davis delivering a stone, trying to come down and take that red out.
She gets a bunch if this stone works.
So far, it looks like it's working.
Well, it hasn't hit anything yet.
Now it has.
Yes, now it has. That looks like Brenda's probably going to get at least 3 or 4 out of that.
It looks like it.
Okay, Liz
Possibly
Williams
5.
here on sheet 3. Actually makes a good shot. She just kind of chips something over, and yellow is sitting. Looks like yellow is sitting 3. And there is a port, as maybe you can or can't see the port on the intern side of the house, where you can get 2-shot rock. I don't know if you can take it out, but you can certainly move it back and sit right there. Okay, now Bryn Davis' team just hung a 3. So the score on sheet 5 after 3 ends is Davis 3 and Melissa Foote, pardon me, Davis 4 and Melissa Foote 3.
Sheet 4, Karen Barnes delivering a stone, trying to curl through that port to the back of the house. It looks like she might have gotten there. Perhaps.
Okay, here's
came
a
up
shot.
A little short.
Here's a shot. I think she rubbed a guard that she had hoped to just squeeze by. Now, interesting shot going here on sheet 3. Sue Williams is going to try the in-turn draw, get through that port, the aforementioned port, and get 2-shot rock. Kind of take away yellow's chances for a multiple score. 2 stoners away. She got good weight on it. This is not a lightweight stone. The momentum is carrying it pretty good.
The weight is certainly there. If you can get by that guard, nice shot.
Oh my gosh. Am I telling you that Sue Williams is a good third? Terrific shot. Picked him right off.
Wonderful job.
Picked him right off. Yellow's still sitting 3 now, but the 4-foot is wide open. Erlene has to be just as concerned about Sue drawing there as she does about covering it herself.
Yeah, you don't want to give the same player the same line twice in a row.
No, you don't. Erlene should be really happy that presently they're sitting 3. Probably just kind of plug it up a little bit, force Sue to a difficult shot, and maintain her advantage in the end. Okay, here we go, Erlene Julio to throw her first stone. She's probably going to try to either block that path Susan just threw, or possibly put a counter in that path.
From here, it looks like she still has access to that 4-foot with the in-turn.
Okay, the weight looks pretty good right out of Erlene's hand. Now it's all about the line, folks. Liz Cato calling the line on the shot. Sweepers are on it. The sweeping call becomes more insistent. And
looking good so far.
She has made it through the port.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Made it through the port, and Joyce is sweeping her back to leave room for Sue to make that same shot.
So swept to the back of the 4, actually the top of the 8-foot in the back there. Top of the 8-foot in the back.
I guess
just
that makes it
invented
a
a term.
back 8,
Yeah.
doesn't it? And all right, now Sue has a real opportunity to take control of this end completely, but it's going to be a difficult shot. Okay, a score update on sheet 2. Bender Citronitti's team now has 6, and Jacqueline Schmidt's team is still waiting for their first. I guess you'd call that 6th love.
If it were tennis, yes, we would. We would.
And okay, Sue Williams trying to make this draw. Anything that Sue throws into the house is going to be a big advantage for blue.
yelling loud, yelling loud. Joyce is exhorting her sweepers, as they say.
Okay, now Sue has made it through the port. Nope. Right onto the right edge of the button.
Wonderful job.
Wonderful call by Joyce Schaefer.
Good sweeping.
Wow.
That was a team shot.
So Susan Williams very pleased with her shot. Has made it now very difficult for Erlene. Erlene has an opportunity, a slim opportunity to catch a quarter of that stone, push it harmlessly out, and still maintain a possibility of 4.
They are seriously considering that shot.
Oh, Erlene made that shot to win in the last game. She has this shot in her pocket, folks.
And we can certainly see it from here. That's what I call a sweeper shot.
Yeah,
just have to control that line all the way.
You can see about half the rock. She throws an out-turn, hack-weight takeout. She has the opportunity to possibly score 5.
That's it. They've dialed into it. They like it.
I'd like it too.
I look at these and I always look at the risk-reward ratio.
Oh, this is worth it.
Absolutely
is. This is worth it. And she, as I said, the last game, she made that shot to win on sheet 2. Out-turn takeout, half the rock exposed, and she made it going away. So huge shot here. Huge shot on its way. As Bob was saying, it's all about risk-reward. Make the shot, get 5. Miss a shot, lose 1.
Stone's on its way. It's looking good so far.
It's looking good. Okay,
oh, it just curled past.
It could fall back. They should just stay on it. Look how close it is, but no. Doesn't get what she needed out of that, and it turns into 1 blue.
It's okay. A shot like that, giving up 1 blue, is not all that bad.
No, I think they have announced that they came to play. They had the house full of stones.
Absolutely.
They had the house full of stones. You know this game is not going to end with that shot. Okay, so presently we have Ciccinetti 6, Schmidt 0. We have Schaefer 4 and Julio 0. We have Barnes sitting 3, and Carol Jones's team has 2. And on sheet 5, Bryn Davis's team now sitting 4-3 over team of Melissa and Audrey Foote.
Bryn Davis currently has 3 in the house there. Looking good.
Okay, 4th end, first rock. Sue Hansen, probably, I'm pretty sure Joyce is still called a guard. She loves that guard in the front.
Looks like top of the 4-foot, perhaps.
You're correct. Well, you know, being up 4-0.
Nothing wrong with that shot.
Nothing wrong with that shot.
Nope.
Of course, with Joyce, you can't tell sometimes with her expression if she's +8 or down 8.
Yeah, Joyce has a great game face.
She always looks worried.
She doesn't let you know. Jan Russell's shot coming down here.
Looks like Erlene has elected to call a takeout. Going to get a piece of it. Sit right there.
Good job. Nice shot.
Joyce making a very aggressive call.
Joyce is calling for the freeze to the yellow. Looks like bump weight if it curls. Holding pretty straight there. That's going to go by.
Just a little bit more weight than she needed. It's going to go slide harmlessly out the back. Giving Earlene an opportunity now to position stones a little bit better.
Calling Jan to draw over to the side of the house, away from the center line.
And Jan will be throwing an out turn draw into the house. Stone is away. Might be a touch on the heavy side.
It looks like it's
You
back weight.
You know Joyce will give it 110% until it's out the back.
Joyce is certainly going to help it on its journey.
Okay, Joyce again calling for the freeze. Defoe getting ready to throw her first stone.
Joyce rushing out there to help with the sweeping. They're down to one sweeper temporarily.
I think the stone lost its handle. It lost its handle and is actually
reversed.
Actually slides harmlessly off to the side.
That's one of those curling mysteries. Why did that do that? Well, we don't know.
I think it's the ice.
It must be. It's got to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Earlene again trying to get a stone to settle into the top 12 or top 8.
Just a reminder that that was Ice Crew sarcasm there, in case you didn't notice.
I have my official Ice Crew jacket on. I traded my old blue Ice Crew jacket for a trophy this weekend. It's a long story, but
I'm sure it's an interesting one.
If there's ever an opportunity, I'll tell you the story. But right now, it's a good memory. A jacket from the back of the closet, so to speak.
We don't want to lose our broadcast license. Joyce calling for the takeout here on the...
Yes. Dee made a phenomenal double in the last end. Joyce is looking again for an inside-out double this end.
This one's coming over a little quicker, I think, than Joyce anticipated, but it still looks good. Sweepers are doing a great job holding it.
Okay, Dee
There's
definitely
another
has
double.
One and the other. And rolls behind the guard.
Wonderful shot. Well called and certainly well swept and definitely well thrown.
Beautiful shot. So they've removed both yellow stones now. Blue is sitting one, half hidden behind a guard, and Earlene's going to take advantage of that guard and try to get a stone in herself.
Donna Kaleo in the hack, ready for delivery. Sets the stone on its way. Nice release. Earlene's a little worried here. It looks a little light. Earlene rushes out to lend another brush.
You know, I'm not going to complain about that stone being light, even if I'm Earlene, because she has 3 stones left. Now they have a plethora of guards. As you know, that's a plethora is
it's more than one, isn't it?
More than one.
Yeah.
Assorted in a semi-Christmas tree pattern.
Absolutely, it's useful.
I always thought plethora was the Roman god of numbers, or goddess, if you will.
It's like a field goal over here on sheet 4.
Sadly enough, that's the second field goal in a row.
Yeah, boy. It's tough when you miss those hits.
We call it the dreaded silent takeout. And we've all thrown them. Some of us has even thrown them in the final shot in the Mitchell.
Sometimes that's the best shot I've thrown in a game.
I can throw a stone. It's like I tell my front end repeatedly, I can hog a stone on any ice. For those of you who don't curl, hogging a stone means not throwing it hard enough to keep it in play. Okay, Joyce throwing her first of 2 stones now, and Sue Williams indicating by the way the broom is set that Joyce is trying to take away the ability of Arlene's team to take advantage of these guards. There's a curling sweeping call I haven't heard in a while.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's a new one on me.
Absolutely. It gets the point across.
And I think the only response from the sweepers on that would be, "Are you sure?"
Or certainly. Okay, Arlene is now going to change up and try to hit the stone at the base of the Christmas tree.
Yeah, it looks like she's playing the hit in the small roll behind the guards there.
Yeah, stone at the wide end of the Christmas tree. If she can get maybe nose, it'd be good. Liz Cato certainly can throw the right weight for this shot.
Trying to generate some offense here.
I guess the question is, did she bring her offensive generator with her?
Looks like sheet 5 has chosen to stack brooms.
That ancient tradition.
The ancient tradition.
Of laying debris on the ice and watching it melt into the house while you go up to the bar and
absolutely
drink alcohol to help your judgment, stamina, and balance. Only in curling.
That was well said. That was almost like a commercial.
Okay, Liz Williams' stone is on its way, and it's looking great. If they hold that line, just a little tight, and unfortunately pushes another blue stone in the house. But at the same time removes a guard, which is going to change Joyce's thinking.
It changes things up front.
Every shot's good for somebody. Okay. Now what we have now is Joyce trying to cover shot rock. This is kind of a shot that I worry about when I'm a skip. I have a stone barely in the top 8. I don't have the hammer. Should I really be guarding it, or should I be throwing another stone in the house to force the other skip to hit and stay?
My preference here would be to throw another one in the house, perhaps as tight as the top of the 4-foot. That changes the in-off from the outside blue here.
I think you're right.
Put some added pressure on Arlene. A guard here leaves the whole right side of the house open for Arlene.
Right. A guard here allows Arlene to throw a draw that just has to be full 8. You know, in an 8-foot, while it is 8 feet around. It's kind of hard to get a stone to stop sometimes, even when you have that big 8-foot circle. Joyce's guard was swept all the way to biting the 4-foot now. So I wonder if Arlene is trying to call a double. What do you say here?
They're trying to decide whether to call the double or to come down the right side that's wide open here.
Hey, I kind of think if they want to, they should try the double. Having said that, though, you can also make 3 draws and get 3 points. Just what will work for you.
The thing I see with the double here is the issue of losing the shooter.
Absolutely going to happen.
If they were to throw the double and stay, or if they throw the double and just flash it,
or if they
life changes dramatically here.
If they throw the double and miss, lowers their chances of scoring in this end.
Absolutely.
So
sheet 2, which you definitely can't see on camera, has actually stacked their brooms, physically stacked them. They are upright. They have little mittens on top, which are kind of cute. The only time I've seen that before is when the Scottish men were here.
Oh, did they have cute little mittens?
They had. They actually came with special broom stacking rubber bands, and they all put their hats on top of the brooms.
I worry about people that have that much time on their hands. They're capable of some really crazy stuff.
Or folks that actually have that much talent are scary.
Yeah. Now, just update on sheet 4. Carol Jones is sitting 1. She's throwing the hammer to draw for 2. Looks like it has enough to get there.
Sweepers are off it.
And it's settling in nicely right in the 4-foot. And it looks like Carol Jones has taken a 4-3 lead. Okay, here comes Sue Williams' first stone. Sue is trying to guard against Erlene's team making that double. I think Joyce in the back of her mind probably is hoping this stone kind of comes into the house and just adds a little pressure.
No, with a little more weight, that definitely would have been in the house. As it is now, it's probably going to be the top of the 12-foot.
Yeah, well,
maybe 8-foot.
Yeah,
that's not
evidently
bad.
That's a fast track because two stones we thought weren't making the house are nestled full 8 and touching 4.
Plus, it changes the possibility of that double.
Makes it hard.
I don't think they're fans of that double, though. They're going to leave that alone.
I think the day of that double is past.
Erlene Pulio down in the hack, ready to deliver. Yellow rock here. Liz Cato is calling that ice on the, almost on the outside of the 12-foot. Hoping for about a 5 to 6 foot curl.
I'm almost surprised that in this juncture, if she isn't, why she wouldn't just hit that stone and roll in. But, you know, it's good to establish your draw weight. Here you are in the 4th end, and you're still wondering line and weight. It's time to make a draw.
This is going to move dramatically right about here.
Beautiful throw.
Good sweeping. Good sweeping. That was well done. Picture perfect shot, folks. We'd show it on instant replay, but we can't.
So pretend you're watching it again and admire it.
Of course, actually on YouTube, you can play it on instant replay, but
we'll save that for after the game.
That was a really nice shot. That was fun to watch the whole way.
Okay, your update for sheet 5. Score now, Bryn Davis 6, odds Melissa Foot 3, and they're playing in the 5th end. Okay, sheet 3, I believe Joyce Schaefer has now made a decision that she's going to try to sneak in and tap a blue stone into shot position. Kind of like this call.
It's an effective way to deal with the yellow that's in there.
Yeah, you can play with a little more risk when you're up 4 with half a game gone.
Absolutely.
So my guess is she doesn't feel terribly pressured about this shot. Sue Williams is throwing plenty of weight.
Possibly overswept a little bit, but that was still nice.
And beautiful call, beautiful throw, but it didn't change the end. Erlene's team still sitting 1 with the opportunity to throw a draw to get 2. Sue Williams threw a nice stone, threw nice weight. Joyce called the sweeping. Stone just didn't finish the way she was expecting.
Sometimes, even though you don't make the shot you called there, there's also an impact on the other skip's frame of mind when they see that was close.
Yeah.
It's just,
and you know, it's just that message. Hey, we came to play, folks.
absolutely.
Yeah, we're here to play.
So it appears that Erlene is looking to play this same shot again.
Taking more ice. And hoping to throw the same weight. And get a big chunk of the 4-foot score too.
End up full 4, she'd be 2, which would be nice.
Stone is away, and it has pretty good weight. They have to be concerned about line here.
Looks a touch tighter line than the last one.
Well, it's coming in though.
Yeah, it's got good weight. It's actually a little heavy.
It could be perfect.
That could work. Ooh, that yellow after it tapped there, it looked like it backed up to the outside a touch.
Well, it's 1 yellow from the lips of the signal from Liz Cato. Sorry, Justin. You know kids your whole life with X name, and then they go and get married, and every once in a while your brain reverses track on you. So, okay.
So sheet 2 is back from their little vacation to the bar.
Okay. And
they're ready to go, ready to rock and roll.
Okay, they haven't posted the score yet. Looks like blue scored in end of 4. So we do know, however, on sheet 3 the score is 4-1 in favor of Joyce Schaefer over Erlene Pulio, with half the game over. Now Joyce Schaefer has the last shot. And there's pluses and minuses to that. As we said, sheet 5, the score is now Bryn Davis 7 and Melissa Foote 3. Okay, Jane Rischel has thrown a nice guard.
That's a wonderful guard. Right in the control zone. Perfect center line in front of the house.
Bit out of the house, which is perfect. Erlene definitely is now in steal mode. She's got to steal her way back into the lead. As you know, we use the word steal just to mean score while the other team has the hammer. You can't actually steal anything.
It's nothing malicious.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes it is. I know I feel maligned when it happens to me. But I love doing it to the other team.
This blue rock is sliding to the back, well, just behind the tee line there. Still in the house.
Okay, so it's telling me Sue Hansen has thrown a nice draw to the, biting a good chunk of the 8-foot. And Erlene is now asking Jan Rischel to draw around her front yellow and put a stone in county position.
That stone has a really nice line going down. The weight may be a little heavy. Maybe in the back of the house.
Joyce is going to do everything she can to move that stone right on out the house. Okay, as you can see on your monitor, the yellow stone went completely out of the house. So Joyce has now asked Sue to put one in the house on the outturn side, just to change up the line that Erlene can throw with her next stone.
Joyce once again being pretty crafty, clever here. She never makes it easy for the other skip.
No, she doesn't.
Just a touch deep there, Sue.
Yeah, I think we found the fast spot on the ice. We found that that slick spot, that
The slick spot.
28-second rain gutter.
But the two skips are feeding off of each other's ice calls for sure.
Oh, I agree.
They're figuring that out.
I agree.
People wonder sometimes why the skips stand behind each other in the house, and that's so you can peek over the other one's shoulder and watch the delivery, watch the curl of the stone coming down the ice.
And trash talk in their ear all at the same time.
Absolutely.
Donna Caleo's stone has picked up a huge curl and
That's gonna be
is making its way into a biter position.
Biting the 12.
A 12 biter. Okay, now Joyce again asking for something to bite. Probably now she's probably wanting to outcount that Yellowstone just thrown and sit 1 and 2. And put the pressure back on yellow.
Opposite sides of the house. Boy, they're getting a lot of curl now on the outside of the sheets.
Are. Other thing too is 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. You don't necessarily have the blazing speed you had in the first ends because you've worn the pebble down a little bit.
Absolutely.
So what you're going to see a lot of times is more curl and not quite getting the house.
Exactly.
They need another foot of momentum.
Right. That's what we just saw there.
Big curl.
Works to their advantage.
Every shot helps somebody. Okay, Donna Caleo throwing her first stone. Arlene trying to get a yellow stone into the house. Makes scoring more difficult for Joyce Schaefer's team. Again, as we said before, now we're getting big curl on the ice. And stone's not really traveling terrifically fast anymore. All right, plenty of guards in the front of the house, yellow biting in the front, blue shot rock in the back. I think Joyce is now going to try to half cover shot rock, which is on a T line, half in the 8, half in the 12, just to take that line away.
That's a tough shot to call with that curl. Joyce is almost on the edge of the sheet with her broom.
What is the rule on that? You can't stand on the other sheet. So
no,
what do you do there, Bob?
I just make something up. It's tough. You can stand next to the edge and switch your hands, but it doesn't help the person throwing the stone at all.
No,
it just looks strange.
The other thing I guess you can do is oh, Joyce got that stone exactly where she wanted it. I guess the other thing you could do is walk forward on the sheet and change the angle. And all of those things are
that just adds another variable to it when you're trying to call it. Yeah.
Plays with the delivering person, the shooter, if you will. Plays with their head.
Yep, it's not an easy situation.
No.
Forces you to be creative.
We're still waiting for posting on sheet 2. All I can tell you is the end of the third end. It was 6-0 in favor of Brenda Citronetti's team. I have yet to see the 4 posted, so I can't tell you. Although, because blue threw their stone first, I would guess that blue scored. Okay, Liz Williams' stone did a lot of things, but it changed nothing. The way it's sitting right now, blue is sitting 1 and 2, yellow sitting 3, blue sitting 4, and Joyce Schaefer would like very much to promote a stone a little tighter to the 4 foot.
Is Liz Williams related to Liz Cato?
Liz Williams, Liz Cato. I think they're the same person.
Could be. They look identical twins.
You know,
perhaps.
I've seen pictures of them both, and I think you're right. Twins. Could be wrong, though. I'm frequently wrong.
I couldn't pass up that easy one.
Low-hanging apple there. Lobbed in that softball, hit it over the fence.
Joyce managing to sneak a smile as she comes back through the house here.
I will tell you what's worse than calling somebody by their previous name is when it's an X name.
That can be interesting.
That can make people unhappy.
That's for sure.
Okay, Joyce is stone now. She's hoping to either guard or tap. I'm guessing with the weight she threw that it's going to be a guard. But she has great sweepers, as we saw in the last end.
Joyce gets a very nice release with that stick. Gets a nice handle on the stone.
Okay, Joyce's guard over curled. Essentially covered the blue, any yellow rays. But left Liz Cato, woman form, let's see, AKA Liz Williams, a hit and roll that could make shot rock out of this stone.
Liz's stone is off.
Liz is
Sweepers are hitting it early.
definitely through takeout weight. There's no question that this stone is going to make a noise when it hits something. Oh, it's curling nicely. It might get what she wants.
Looks like that roll is going to be right. Oh, slightly exposed, but
nice spot. Liz's stone.
It's hard to get to.
Liz's stone definitely has turned this into a draw game for Joyce's team.
Definitely hard to get to.
Joyce still has the opportunity to score one or two. Liz's stone, where it rolled to, could be really difficult to remove. So we'll see what happens. Joyce comes back now. I believe she's going for that chip. Try to take that shot rock out.
That's another one of those shots. She really doesn't have anything to lose by trying that.
Not really. She's the third. There'll still be two more rocks when she's done.
Yep. If it comes too tight, it opens the front up a little bit. Certainly put some mustard into that one.
Yep.
Sue Williams calling the sweepers up.
Oh boy, it is tight, but went by. Okay, might have taken advantage of a little less sweeping there, but it's still a great shot.
That can happen sometimes with a stick delivery. You're trying to put a little bit extra into it. You have a tendency to push it.
Straighten it out a little bit.
Yeah. As we know, those stones all have a mind of their own anyway.
Yeah. They seem to when I throw them. Okay. President Earlene Julio is looking to position another stone in there and make Joyce's team even struggle more for a scoring opportunity. All right, update on sheet 5. It is now Bryn Davis 9 and Melissa Foote 3. Sheet 2, Brenda Citroniti 6 and Jacqueline Schmidt 1. Sheet 4. I'll have to kind of wait on that because they haven't posted. They're playing the 6th end, but they haven't posted the 5th yet. Arlene Daly Julio getting ready to throw her the ice she's taking. I think she's coming into the house.
Should be a fairly straightforward draw. Sweepers are still on it. That stone's moving.
Yep.
On the guard.
Well, she has left the same shot. If anybody's got the guts enough to try it twice. Okay, sheet 4 update. Carol Jones's team now sitting 7. Karen Barnes team 3. So at the end of 5 ends, 7-3 Carol Jones over Karen Barnes. Okay, Joyce Schaefer's team looking to promote a blue stone into the scoring position on sheet 3. Sue Williams in the hat getting ready to throw.
Sheet 2, Jacqueline Schmidt drawn in there. Looks like it'll stop nicely. A lot of blue rocks in the house there on sheet 2.
Okay, here we go. Sue Williams now throwing her first stone. Joyce is trying to make it into a raise on the blue stone she's going towards. Okay, definitely going to raise it. I don't know how far though. Okay, raised it to shot rock. Always a good start. But it is fully exposed. Erlene can hit it, roll a little inside, and really tighten up the scoring area on Joyce Schaefer's team.
Can certainly change things with a good hit and roll here.
But you know the most important part of it, any hit and roll, the most important part.
That would be the hit.
That would be the hit.
Which part do I usually miss? That would be the hit.
That would be.
The roll is always exciting to watch, but
without the hit, the roll doesn't mean much.
Brenda Citroniti on sheet 2, drawing into a absolute sea of blue stones.
And she might be a touch heavy, and she may have missed the shot.
It looks like it's gone through that sea of blue stones.
And it looks like if that was the hammer, she's going to give up. No, looks like she may have dropped 5.
Which makes life real exciting again on sheet 2.
Tied the game.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's usually when the skip starts double thinking that stacking the broom strategy.
Well,
how well did that work?
She may, in fact, be thinking about stacking them again.
Exactly.
Let's go have another.
Yeah.
The old fraternity.
They're having a good time there.
Thank
though.
you.
They're all
may
good
I have
friends.
Another.
Yeah.
Okay. Erlene Julio. Shot is underway.
Oh, they're screaming at the stone. They're screaming at it, working it hard.
Looking really good.
Working it hard.
Now.
Oh,
no.
I think she just clipped that top blue.
I think she rolled blue in for 2, and blue has a chance to draw for 3. Now, I want to tell you about one of my superstitions, Bob, and that's in regarding throwing anything lightweight towards an opponent's stone when it's in the house. I would rather rip my own fingernails out.
Absolutely.
With pliers.
Absolutely.
I sometimes bewilder people playing with me when I tell them, no, I'm not going to throw that stone.
Nothing uglier than bumping your opponent's stone closer to the button.
Pretty much touching the button,
right,
and giving them a draw for 3.
Helping them out, and they didn't even ask you to do that.
You know, they say it's better to give than receive. I'd like to have the opportunity every once in a while to receive, you know.
It would be nice.
All right, Sue Williams' final stone on the way. trying to get the third counting rock into the house. And certainly the weight's looking pretty good. The line is getting better. With a little help, this stone is going to be right on the 4-foot.
Front end initially indicated that stone was heavy.
It is. It's pretty much 42 pounds.
It's about as good as it gets.
Yeah. Joyce Schaefer's team took 3. Now we have a score. Joyce Schaefer's team has 7. Arlene Julio's team has 1. And it
7
is
to a lonely 1.
It is the 6th end. Now, I just want to tell you something. In Thursday night's game, Arlene Julio's team was down 6-1 in the 5th end. And they won.
Anything
So,
is possible.
Don't count this team out. They have been putting stones in the house.
Anything is possible.
And
Arlene's clever. She's persistent. She's not going to pass up an opportunity.
That's right. And you know, you put stones in the house, sooner or later you're going to hang a crooked number.
It can also be tricky being up 6-1. You can you can let up a little bit, let your concentration lapse a little bit, and before you know it, you're looking at a tied game.
Could be painful. Could be painful. Okay, Joyce Schaefer has elected to throw. Looks like what she's going to get is a stone in the 12-foot. Not bad when you're up 6 points.
6 points, top 12.
Let the other team figure out how to get a multiple score with not much help from your team. All right, as we said, Jacqueline Schmidt is now tied with Brenda Ciccinetti after 5 ends. Score of 6-6. Essentially now it's a 3-end game. And Brenda has the hammer. Okay, Carol Jones's team took a commanding 7-3 lead, but presently they're kind of in trouble. We'll keep you updated on what happens next. Arlene's team is throwing what we call a corner guard. In other words, something that she can hide stones behind.
Well thrown.
Beautifully
Definitely
thrown.
well placed.
And contrary to what a lot of people think, that stone outside the house is the correct spot for it.
Yeah, a lot of skips will pull that first one into the house over on the side, which basically just sets up a target.
Right. In a case like this, Arlene needs stones in play. In a case like this, Joyce doesn't. Joyce needs to play a fourth quarter. We're up by 2 touchdowns with 2 minutes to play.
Absolutely.
Kind of game. Okay, we'll give them 3 points, but we don't want to give up a big number here. So let's keep control of the end. Okay, Joyce is sitting 1 and 2. Arlene, I think, is talking about taking a stone out.
Yeah, Arlene wants to lose that center rock there, that center blue.
Essentially turning this end into a hitting end, and makes it tough to score that second point or that third point.
As we say, stones in the house are your friend when you're down by 5 or 6.
Oh, yeah.
Even if they're the other team's stones. You can draw to them. You can maneuver them around.
Okay.
That's the danger with playing a hit game.
Right. Jan Rischel threw good weight, hit the line right, and the stone just went right on by. Probably her first clean miss of the whole game. She's been curling very well.
She's been playing lights out, really good.
It's always great to have a good lead. A few weeks ago, I was playing in Petersham, Massachusetts, and the secret to my team's success was I had the best lead there. My lead had, I'm not kidding when I say 54 years of curling experience. And understood fully well when I said stone, I need a stone here, that, that's a good place.
It's always interesting. A lot of new curlers, when they first join the club and they sign up for a league, they tend to get picked as lead. And those new curlers think, well, because of that, the lead's not of any importance on the team. And I said, well, if you really want to test that, throw your first 2 stones through the house and watch the skip's face.
Boy, Is that the right way to answer? Wow. Absolutely agree. Okay, Erlene has asked Donna Cleo to remove that blue rock. Donna's thrown more weight. She's probably going to solid smack on it.
She's going to hit the corner of it here. Oh, just narrowly missed nicking that other blue, too.
Okay. Now Joyce has to make a decision here because Joyce is sitting one, Donna and Erlene is sitting two. You certainly don't want to let the other team have a glimmer of hope.
No, not at this point.
What you want to do is just keep hammering away, hold them to one, get to the 7th end, up 5, and make it a game of attrition at that point. Tell you what, Jacqueline Smith's team, evidently that stacking of the brooms helped Jacqueline's team. They've tied the game in the 5th. They're sitting shot in the 6th.
That was perfect strategy. Couldn't have come at a better time.
You know, frequently I ask people about the consumption of alcohol and how it makes their game better. Many people have said to me, you know, it really steadies my nerves. And I always wonder why they don't give a shot of alcohol to the drivers of the Indy 500 before the race.
Right.
You know, because boy,
absolutely,
I'd be nervous driving 230 miles an hour tailgating somebody, and I would think a shot probably would calm my nerves down too.
Probably for the same reason they don't give it to neurosurgeons before they start the job either.
Keep their hands smooth. Oh, well, I guess only in curling.
It steadies my nerves. You hear that a lot from bowlers.
Bowling, I enjoy bowling. It's a great sport. Never was really good at it, but it's fun. Okay, Erlene has asked Donna a little hit and roll here. It looks like she's going to get
This looks just about the same spot they hit the other one and rolled behind. It might squirt out the other side and be exposed. Joyce is going to help it over there.
Right, she's allowed to do that. I was asked that question not too long ago by a person that I thought had curled for quite a while. Why are they allowed to sweep our stone? And I said, you know, the basic rule, only members of your team can sweep your stone in front of the tee line, and any one person from each team can sweep a stone behind the tee line. And I was kind of surprised that with their level of experience that they weren't aware of the rules about sweeping.
And that's one of the most basic rules about sweeping. That's one of the first things you're taught as a sweeper. When you're coming down the ice sweeping a stone, you get to that tee line, just come right up.
Pick your broom up.
Unless the skip says stay on it.
All good advice. Okay, Joyce is now planning on drawing another stone into the house, taking away the line to shot rock. Just keep the pressure on Erlene Pulio and Liz Cato, her third. Try to figure out how to get some rocks in scoring position.
See Joyce waving, making it look like that stone might be a little heavy, more than she intended, but it's coming in there nicely.
Right.
It's going to nestle in there.
Sue is trying to get it now up to a point where...
Good shot.
Oh, it's a beautiful shot. Liz can hit it. Liz can make this double, but her stone will be exposed. And it's all good right now. If she hits this double and rolls, she will leave the back blue in play. So advantage still sort of with Erlene, or Harvey Joyce's team. Liz Stone underway. Real solid takeout weight.
Looking for a nose hit here. It's coming slightly past nose. The line's a little different than Erlene was looking for. Just tick that front guard.
Not a bad thing at this point.
It's funny listening to that discussion between Erlene and Liz. When Liz got ready to throw, Erlene was calling normal weight. And I guess the two of them must have different normal weights.
Yeah, that normal is normal for whom? I've been asked that
Exactly.
question too.
It's a very relative term.
I don't have that answer. Normal for whom? I know this guy named Kevin Martin that curls in Canada. Normal for him would probably go through most concrete walls.
Absolutely, yeah.
But he wouldn't throw it any other way. Okay, now we have Joyce having thrown another guard, covering the blue stones beautifully, and making Liz's second shot a much more difficult shot.
The other thing you'll hear when sweepers come down the ice, they'll be yelling at the person in the house, oh, the weight's good, the weight's good. And that's really just a relative term.
Well,
you'll decide afterwards whether it was good or not.
Right, I guess what you don't ever want to hear him yell is, the weight's bad. This is bad weight.
It's not good.
Okay. All right.
Earlene's looking at possibly running back this top blue here.
You know, it's all good. If you hit the correct angle, all three blues go, but that is a tough shot.
Yeah, the distance between them makes it difficult.
And it's a little narrow, but they'll hold it out there.
Oh, it's looking good.
Looking really good. Boom. And
not
boom.
bad.
Okay. Liz, you know, the danger of that run back, of course, is you leave a guard. And Liz did, in fact, leave a guard. Joyce now, of course, the guard is yellow, so now Joyce wants to get a stone in there to keep them from raising that yellow. You know, it's kind of like the tide goes in and the tide goes out when it comes to curling.
Exactly.
Everything changes so radically.
Yeah, if Liz were to get one in here, or I'm sorry, if Joyce were to get one in here, that's going to make things a lot tougher for Earlene. Cuts down the number of options. Sheet 2 has some interesting guards going on there. Looks like a little parade formation in front of the house.
I believe that's the modified Russian defense.
I think so, yeah. With a double upside down Christmas tree.
Yes, well, modified Russian is something well known in the Stoney videos. Stoney being a legendary character of the Utica Curling Club, known for his ability to make any game with rocks into a game of curling. Okay,
and to this day, I've never seen a Stoney video.
Sue Williams has thrown a draw that's probably
sneaking through
the house, leaving Earlene the opportunity to raise her guard to the shot rock and possibly getting in position to take a couple points. All right, sheet 5 update. It is now 9-4 in favor of Bryn Davis over Melissa Foote.
I think Bryn just chose to throw through on that one. Oh no, that wasn't Bryn, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was a seldom used strategy for a team that is 5 points down, but possibly.
What it does, it confuses the announcers, so it accomplished its purpose.
It does indeed confuse the announcers. Karen Barnes is drawing for 2 points on sheet 4 to try to make that game back into a she's definitely going to get her 2.
Carol Jones has 7 guards out in front of the house there.
Possibly 3. Is it a 3?
2 for sure. It looks like they might have to measure for that 3rd.
Yeah,
no,
looks like they're kicking him away.
Choose to kick him.
Karen got the 3. It is now Carol Jones 7, Karen Barnes 6 at the end of the 6th end. Okay, here comes Earlene's draw. Okay, Erlene has
stay on
made
it.
a nice draw.
Beautiful draw. Beautiful draw. Right to the button.
All right. Giving Joyce the opportunity to draw right to that stone and definitely make sure that Erlene only gets one. Okay.
Sue Williams on her way back down to deliver this shot.
Update on sheet 2. Jacqueline Schmidt is now ahead of Brent Cincinnati 7-6 at the end of 6 ends. Update on sheet 5. They hung the score in the wrong place, so I'll wait till they correct it. Or did they? No, I'm sorry. It is in the correct spot.
See, yeah.
Yeah, I was anticipating that Tammy now is going to hang the 3, and it will be 7-6 in favor of Carol Jones.
There we go.
Okay. Sue Williams' draw is coming in, but it may be a touch on the heavy side.
Touch wide and heavy. Ooh, makes it tougher to get to now. Wicked it over.
Okay, Erlene, however, has a draw for 2. And makeable draw. Let's see how she does here. Don't forget, she got to the A event final, folks. She makes her shots, so let's see what happens here.
Absolutely. Neither of these teams got here by losing.
Okay, Erlene, here comes the hammer. Opportunity to draw for 2. Weight's good. Front end is telling
Sweepers
her.
haven't touched it.
Front end is saying might be a little toasty.
Oh, it is.
It's got to settle down, and Joyce is going to do what she can to make sure it doesn't settle down. Okay. It looks like yellow scores 1. So at the end of 6 ends, our score is now Joyce Schaefer's team 7, Erlene Julio's team 2.
And Joyce gets the hammer back.
Like she needs it. I think Joyce prefers not to have the hammer. I know I do. I'll give the other team the hammer for all 8 ends.
It's
me a happy guy.
interesting.
Okay, wait for Jan Rich to throw her first stone. Erlene's got a mountain to climb, but she can do it. Jan's first stone on the way. Looks like the weight's going to be sufficient. They're not sweeping it. It's going to nestle up in the front. Okay, Jan's stone slides into the 12-foot, giving Joyce's team the opportunity when they need it to take it out. As you know, with the free guard zone, the first 4 thrown stones cannot be removed. None of them can be removed from play if they're in front of the house. If they're in the house, anything goes. I understand that's going to be changed to 5 stones.
That'll change next year.
Now I have been told, and I've been wrong, as I said many times, that the rule will be you can't take them out whether they're in or out of the house.
Ah, that one I haven't heard.
That's a scary thought.
That'll be interesting.
Kind of fun. Feel like a skins game.
And if it keeps up like that, eventually they'll have a 7-stone free guard zone. It'll just be the skip drawn to the button.
I kind of like that. And stones in play are always helping me out.
Yeah, and I don't know if they decided to change that because the impact of television on the game changes the game up a little more.
You know, that's hard to say. It's kind of like the designated hitter rule in baseball. Did they change it to improve the game, or did they change it to improve the fan base? At some point, you know, you want the better team to win. You don't want to have to keep giving up every advantage.
Those are discussions for all the pundits out there.
Pundit. That's usually what happens when it's third down and you didn't score a first down. You have to
third down and 20 yards. Yep,
you better punt it. Okay. Sue is throwing takeout.
Oh, this is right in the nose here. Going to be a nice shot.
Definitely going to take out one yellow.
Certainly open him up.
Oh yeah.
Good job.
Moved it right out of the house. House right now, one yellow. 2 and 3 are blue. Erlene's throwing. She looks like she's trying to guard up that one yellow.
Donna Caleo delivering here. Can't really see where Erlene is putting that broom. I'm wondering if she may be
looking for a little raise.
Yeah, a little raise behind cover there.
Yep, not a bad thought. If I were Erlene and I was serious about this, I'd definitely want to be sitting 1 and 2 when the stone comes to her.
Oh, yes.
She had better keep pressure on now and try to make a big turnaround here.
Absolutely. Anything less than sitting 1 and 2 just makes that hill a lot steeper to climb. Of course, you don't climb hills in curling, so that was a really bad analogy.
Yeah. Okay, folks, I hope you're enjoying the screaming as much as we are. Okay, Donna is going to make the raise.
That works nicely.
And she definitely is sitting 1 and 2. So it's a great shot by Donna Caleo. Most likely, Joyce is going to ask Dee Foal, her second, to make one of those stones go away. We've seen Dee throwing doubles in the last 2 ends.
Could be another one.
Could be another one here. But she hits something yellow. She's doing her job. They're going to sweep this thing now.
Oh, it's coming over nice.
Oh, it could, in fact, make the double again. No? Yes. Yes.
Looks like she has it.
It's there.
Oh, wonderful shot.
Well, I guess they have to learn not to leave D doubles.
Exactly. I think she's what? She's 3 for 3 on doubles.
I finally know what the D stands for.
The Destroyer.
The Destroyer. She makes doubles.
Yeah, that certainly changes things for Erlene.
Yeah. Okay, now Donna Caleo being asked to draw around what is now a basic blue house. Donna Stone is curling already. They may have to get on this thing. The weight's okay. They have to keep it around. That thing is just collapsing, but it might make it around. And
looks like they're by it. They may be a little deep.
Nips by. Very nice shot. Right to the pin.
Oh, super.
Great shot. All right, yellow now has taken the advantage back in the end. Sitting 1. Joyce is now asking D to raise a blue stone into shot rock. D has been fairly accurate this game. Let's see what happens.
This one's a little straighter because of the weight. Unless D gets by. Oh.
D's stone had the opportunity with a little less weight
to
do the unthinkable, which was chip shot rock right off the butt. All right, what Joyce doesn't want to do now is give yellow any glimmer of hopes. Joyce needs to, clipping the front guard would have been a much better outcome for that shot.
Oh, absolutely. Exposing that yellow.
And D got just a little outside, and consequently, Joyce has an opportunity now to sink another one right in there. Okay, Liz Cato Stone is away. As we know from the last couple ends, Liz is pretty dialed in now with her draw weight. Stone is tucking in nicely.
Curling in there nicely.
And we're watching the monitor, but looks like, okay. Yellow's definitely sitting 1 and 2.
There's a possibility to lose both of these with a good hit.
You definitely want to lose one. You definitely want to lose one and seize control of the end and make yellow come to you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Games are all mightily hammering away on the 7th end. Sheet 5, as I said, 9-4 Davis over Foot. Sheet 4, 7-6 Jones over Barnes. Sheet 2, 7-6 Schmidt over Citroniti. And our feature game in the 7th end for the A event and the club championship. Joyce Schaefer's team has a 7-2 lead over the team of Merlene Julio. Okay, Joyce is throwing a takeout on Shot Rock.
She's dialed into it.
And definitely going to take...
Oh, it just fell out a little bit at the end there, but she's still got it.
Okay, so Joyce is taking out one yellow, leaving another yellow buried as shot. And but blue has 3 more shots. Yellow has 3 more. Blue has 3 more. So something, definitely this will change. Okay, here we go. Liz Cato throwing her second shot now. Liz is hoping to draw a shot into the button. She's had good draw weight the whole game. The draw is curling nicely. And this one will be a touch lighter. They're dragging it pretty good. Okay, as you can see on your monitor, they have dragged it in beautifully. They're again sitting 1 and 2. Might be to Joyce's advantage now, just to hit that front guard, back guard, the front guard into something yellow. Try to make a loud noise. Joyce has decided to raise the blue guard. It's a little narrow. Stone coming in nicely. It's going to make a noise somewhere there. Blue back on Shot Rock, sitting shot. Joyce makes it look like this what she does every day.
It's always interesting watching Joyce. She'll start to twirl her stick after a stone is thrown. And
I don't know if that's nerves or celebration, because she
sure.
sure makes a lot of shots.
I'm not sure.
Erlene has a port to come through, and she can definitely get the control of the end back, but it's an ever so tough port. Okay, update on sheet 5. It is now Davis 10, Foot 4. Kathy Palazzoli, the lead for Bryn's team has thrown her first stone through the house intentionally. And we'll see what happens here. Now, Erlene is looking at various opportunities she has here. She does have an opportunity to come through a port. She needs to steal here, so she doesn't want to make a big mistake because she somehow uncovers shot rock. Joyce's opportunity of getting 4 or 5 is pretty, I'm not going to say easy because it's never easy.
But it's definitely possible.
But it's definitely possible.
Sometimes it's difficult to defend as well as play offensively in the same end.
There's no perfect situation here. I think
No.
the perfect situation is to be ahead by 9, playing the 8th end with the hammer.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll take that deal.
I'll take it any day. Has it ever happened to me? No.
Oh, but it's happened to me. But unfortunately, I'm the one that's behind.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we all know how that feels.
Karen Barnes has a nice shot coming in here on sheet 4 into a pocket.
It's hopefully going to make.
Looks like she.
Oh.
I don't know. She may have 2 there.
Karen, it looks like red is sitting 2. Hard to say. Hard to say. Okay, Erlene's draw is underway. And Erlene's trying to get the corner of the forefoot. Out count a blue shot. Looks very light. But they're still sweeping it. They're
working
right
frantically.
On it. Right on it. If they can get it by, and they don't.
Nope.
I'd blame the sweepers. But anyhow,
yeah, I always say that's why they pay the sweepers so much.
they should pay the sweepers a lot. I think Joyce's team here should be happy with scoring 1 and coming home up 6. Now, that's just me.
Coming home up 6 without the hammer is okay.
It's okay. I understand you only have to win by 1. It's not like tennis. So.
And you don't get extra points for style like gymnastics. It's a numbers game.
It is a numbers game. Okay, Bryn Davis's team continues to throw through the house. Run Melissa Foot's team out of rocks. And on the other side of the sheet, Carol Jones's team is sitting, looks like they're sitting at least 1, leaving Karen Barnes the opportunity to draw for 1 or no. Looks like that was the last shot, and it looks like Carol Jones's team may have taken a couple points. Okay, Sue Williams has thrown her first draw.
They played very wide ice on that shot, and it's coming back.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to throw guard, to be honest with you.
Yep. It's going to be right on top of that yellow.
Yep. Okay, so while we're sitting right now, blue is shot rock with a hammer, yellow second shot, yellow throwing their last stone of this end, trying to make something happen.
Sheet 2, Brenda Citroniti throwing her last rock, trying to get into the house.
Okay, looks like Brenda scored 1.
Took 1.
So they're tied coming home. All right, sheet 4 is, looks like there's a measure there. Not sure if it's a measure for 1, but they are measuring.
Can't
Okay.
tell. A lot of times they will take the stone that counted and slide it towards the middle.
Which they did. Looks like red.
So it may have been red. Yep.
Scored 3.
Ouch.
All right, so Karen Barnes' job just got a little tougher. She now has to score 4 to tie. Carol Jones has asked Barb Felice, her lead, to please throw the stone through the house. Update on sheet 2, it is now tied. Citroniti and Schmidt are tied at 7-7. Sheet 5 is just in a game of attrition where they're trying to get Foot to run out of rocks. They have just conceded the game.
Conceded the game. Handshakes on sheet 5.
Okay, and Bryn Davis is the B event winner. Melissa Foot is the B event runner-up.
Okay, Erlene taking a sneak peek at the television here to see what's down at the other end of the ice there.
Eventually, she's got a tough draw here, folks. Very tough. She has taken her time making a decision on this shot. We haven't been ignoring you, but it really has been kind of quiet here on sheet 3. Now she's trying to make this draw. She wants to. She actually has to. The stone has to curl 6 feet and get to the button. If it doesn't, I wouldn't be really surprised if. Nah, I was going to say if they concede the game, but I wouldn't concede the game.
Stone is actually coming in quite nicely.
Yep, I wouldn't.
The sweepers were off it the whole way, though, so I suspect it may be deep.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Back 8.
Yep. So, score right now is Joyce Schaefer. Oh no, no, Sue has one more shot, sorry. The way they're all crowding around, I thought they were kicking the stones out, but they were just having a conference.
Actually, they are kicking the stones out.
Okay. Okay, so the score right now is Joyce Schaefer's team 8, Erlene Pulio's team 2, playing the 8th end. Okay, sheet 4, Karen Barnes' team has to score 4 with the hammer. It's not impossible, has to score 4 to stay in this game and push it to a 9th end.
It has certainly happened before.
Oh, no, system.
So Joyce choosing not to throw the last stone in that prior end.
Not a bad decision.
No, just took her one and ran with it.
Right. Okay.
Ooh.
We have our first miss on sheet 4. Karen Barnes gets a glimmer of hope. Karen Barnes, as we said, needs 4 to tie. Whoever scores 1 point in the Citroniti-Schmidt game will be the winner. Erlene right now needs to score 6 to tie in our A-event feature game. Okay, here comes Jan Ritschel's first stone. Jan's throwing the guard. I think Erlene's going for what they call in the mixed doubles the power play. It can sometimes get you 3 points, but it's tough to get you 6. Okay, Karen Barnes'
Nice guard.
team is going to have 3 guards.
Unless they pull this, and they pull it for
got
shot.
It. Yeah, looks like they got it in tight.
It's wide open. Carol Jones chooses to eliminate it.
Right. Okay, sheet 2, Melon Safinsky's draw came right to the 4-foot. So right now, Brenda Ciccinetti's team is sitting with Shot Rock.
I should have been paying closer attention to that.
Okay, Jan Richel's second shot here. It seems to have picked. It's curling like crazy.
Might have a chance to bump this guard back a little bit.
Yep.
Which is not all that bad.
No, it's not.
It's a stone in play.
Let's see, D full is throwing. There's 2 yellows to double out, and if they get rid of 2, they win the game. What do you think she should throw?
I don't know. Good money would bet on the double.
Okay.
I think Joyce has figured this out.
Yeah.
D hasn't missed one of these yet today.
Okay, well, D is going to get at least one of them out. Looks like one's going to come in the house. There you go. Not a bad shot.
That was my fault because I said she hasn't missed one of those today. But it did a good job.
Okay, Mellon has now, they have 2 stones. Brenda Ciccinetti has a top 4 and top 8 stone in position. And Jacqueline Schmidt's team has to eliminate both of those stones if they want to win this game. Sheet 4, Marge Moore throwing a takeout on a guard. Sheet 3, Donna Cuello trying to throw a draw behind a guard.
Kind of coming up a little light.
Okay, well,
that's going to be difficult.
You run a couple more yellow stones off the sheet, and I think this game is going to be history. So let's see what happens.
Goal here would be to roll that shooter out.
Okay, and
nice
nicely
job.
done. Okay.
Very nice.
So here comes, let's see. Merlin's team has 5 stones left and needs 6 to tie. Gonna be a tough one.
5 stones to get 6.
She'll need some help.
And the 6th shot is
She'll need some help.
in front of that blue, so that's going to be tricky.
She'll need some help. So I may be wrong, but if I say that Joyce Schaefer could throw the next 5 through and win? Just asking.
That's a good question.
What she doesn't need to do is hit that front yellow and just lodge it from the...
And open it up at all. Yeah, yeah. Because right now they're locked together tight. There's nothing they can do with that yellow.
Wow.
Joyce is looking at hitting that yellow, which is interesting, to say the least.
Well,
yeah, I think she decided to hit the yellow that's in the 12 foot here.
mm-hmm.
Let's play a soft hit on it.
I hope she fires a gun because she wants to not touch those that front yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
Karen Barnes has just conceded, folks, realizing that she can't score 4 with 3 stones left. So looks like Carol Jones is the winner, and I believe that would be the D event.
Sheet 2 is turning out interesting. There's 3 red inside the 4 foot.
Right. Blue has the hammer, and blue is sitting in front of the 4 foot, so red's got some work to do. Okay, Joyce Schaefer's first stone is away. Not in any danger of hitting anything, but that really can't hurt her because yellow needs to score. Yellow needs to score 5, and they have 3 stones left and 1 in the house. Liz Cato in the hack about to deliver a, they're looking to get another stone in the house, so Liz needs to have that magic weight she's had all game. So far, so good. Okay, George's team is getting ready to throw now, and Liz's shot has gotten them 1 and 2. George looking to remove one of the yellow stones.
Over on sheet 2, Brenda Citroniti just threw a long guard, trying to cover this house a little bit. Currently sitting 3.
Going to be a tough job for Jacqueline. She has 2 shots to move 3 red stones. Let's see how that goes. Okay. Comes Joyce. I think this takeout would seal it. If she nails it, I think it will be a short concession speech. Okay.
Good shot, Joyce.
Okay, looks like a concession has been had on sheet 3. Joyce Schaefer's team. That would be Joyce Schaefer as a skip, Susan Williams as vice, throwing last stones, Dee Fole playing second. Sue Hansen are your 2018 Glengarry champions. They really worked for it, folks. They played beautifully. They played this last game masterfully. And
that was well done.
Well done. Always great to see Joyce play as well as she plays.
Well planned, well executed.
Both teams played really well. They had to play well to get here, and they played well in the game.
Now the celebration starts.
Yeah.
So sheet 2 is the only remaining game here.
And it's a barn burner, folks. Brenda's got to guard this stone to keep lightning from striking. Although I think Brenda could throw this stone away and not worry about giving up 1 point. But that's just me. Brenda's sitting 3. Blue is sitting outside the 4 foot, locked onto one of the reds. So unless there is a magical triple there. Brenda's in good shape.
Kind of an interesting little occurrence here. One of the teams on sheet 3 brought down the last remaining stone from sheet 2, thinking it belonged to them.
Well, you know, it was blue.
Right, it was a nice try.
It was blue. Just pre-warmed it for them. They won't miss it. Okay, here comes Brenda's shot. Brenda's hoping it's a guard.
Really need to sweep that for line so it doesn't go sideways there.
Well, again, not a lot of danger here.
No, not at all. Very difficult, if not impossible for, well, to get a blue in there would be pretty difficult.
Oh, well, you know.
Could come down to the back red.
Could come down to the back red and take the game. There is that. Well, I don't know what the call is. That doesn't seem to be enough ice for the draw we were just talking about.
Nope. I don't know that they'd play the hit in this situation. I can't
fathom it myself.
No.
So let's see what happens. Okay, Jacqueline Schmidt drawing against 3 in the 4-foot, 1 in the back 4 that she could draw 2, with a blue stone sitting on top of one of the reds just outside of the 4, and something going on here. Here we go. Jacqueline's stone is underway. Definitely hit weight.
It is on one of the front ones.
Okay.
That is game, folks.
That's game. Brenda
Brenda
Citroniti ekes it out.
Citroniti.
Okay, folks, that's a wrap. Here it is, 5:30 in the evening. We have our winners. We have our runners-up. Brenda Citroniti won this game in the 8th end over Jacqueline Schmidt. It was very close. Nevertheless, we have a winner. And Joyce Schaefer is the new Glengarry champion for 2018. And Bob and I, Bob Burnett, Dave Palazzoli, happy to have served you. Hope we helped you enjoy the game. If we didn't, please call Roger and let him know he should have been here. And thanks, and we're signing off.
Take care, folks.
Take care.